This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Well, this is your captain, John Regan, sitting in for Vincent today. One of the joys of being a farmer is you have no shortage of things to do, and he's making sure that the animals are protected and repairing fences from the storms and washouts, and just in general, getting ready for the winter. And of course, this time of year, it seems the last thing we're thinking about is cold weather. I mean, here in Dallas, it's kind of like when you have a tire run out of air while you're going down the highway. Here it's hot and flat. Well, welcome to USAPrepares.com. Where converging threads are confronted daily. With us today, we have Dr. Richard Allen Miller. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, John. I would call being a farmer today is called disaster management. Well, look at what's happening. Vincent may or not get it done.
Yeah, it's a challenge when things go well. And
everything is going downhill in a handbasket because, here we've had triple digits for 6 different weeks for extended periods. We have never had anything remotely close to that. Once or twice over a 10-year period, you might have a triple digit day or two, but 6 different weeks for extended periods, never in our history here on the West Coast. Records. Every day it's a new record.
I don't know if you saw a few days ago where in Iran they had a heat index, I believe it was 165.
163, I saw that. Exactly. You can't live in that kind of weather, and Iran is in a world of hurt. Water, chickens, just managing chickens and livestock at that kind of a situation is beyond capacity. You can't save your animals when it's that hot. There's nothing you can do.
And, I'm wondering, what are we going to do here? There's a lot of places that you would normally go to buy survival food, and they're out of stock.
Yeah, and I remember living in the Okanagans. Whenever it got hot, and it did, you just went higher up on the mountain. That is no longer a reality, and there is no snowpack anywhere anymore. That's the other weird part. The Cascades are dry as a bone. Rockies seem to be okay, but they're still at record lows. Everything is dry, and the heat of everything is having its effect on the desalinization of the ocean. And the only reason we haven't had an ice age come on is that there's something funny going on with the sun that's caused it to go into a dormant period. I don't know what this all means yet.
I think we're going to be in for some interesting times regardless of which way it goes.
Well, I think that's why we're here. Each of us is to witness a change of epochs. I think that's one of the reasons each of us has chosen to be at this moment here.
So what all do you have on your plate this week?
Not much. I'm trying to lose weight. Metaphorically. Let's see. I'm trying to write books right now because that's seemingly going to be my only source of income. And so I've started writing The Non-Local Mind, and it's ready to go to press, approximately. And I need money, so I've started a GoFundMe account, GoFundMe.com/Richard Allen Miller. And anybody that does that will get special treatment from me in terms of resources and access to things that are not normally otherwise accessed. And anybody that does it, I totally appreciate. Last week, it raised almost $2,400. So I'm saying that possibly being my avenue rather than having to deal with a patron. And so, stay tuned. I don't know how it's going to work. Tonight, I'm on Carrie Cassidy from 7 to 9, and my topic will be electromagic and yogatronics. And I'll talk about video feedback systems and the next generation of Supermen and how we use audio as well as video to train individuals and being able to do things you can't otherwise do. Video feedback systems. I wrote 3 books on it. They're unpublished. They're called The Diamond Body, Electromagic, and Yogatronics. The application and practical forms of how you apply this. Originally, I was going to publish those under Jeremy Tarcher, and then Tarcher expanded his thing and went into Penguin Books, and at that time put them on the shelf because he said the world isn't quite ready for it yet. Well, you are today, because here we are at end times, and some of this is going to require a lot of training to control your mind and change the picture.
Those
into end times, that kind of thing. You have choices.
We've got a lot of things going on right now. We've got some alternative health doctors being killed off, and we've got looks like attempts made on alternative media people as well.
What happened? That whole thing played out 15 years ago when there were a whole bunch of bioengineers that disappeared and were biochemists. And nobody got the picture that it was about Monsanto moving in for the kill. And so when you see these kinds of event vectors, draw dots, figure out why they would be killing off and what it all means. Basically, California has now got possession of your children in the laws they're doing, and if the Dark Act is passed, you won't ever know what you're eating unless you produce it yourself. That's it.
And even then, sometimes you have to wonder.
Well, where'd you get your seed and what it is. That's why heirlooms and the heirloom collecting seed companies in each state are so critically important right now. And the Community Supported Agriculture, CSA.
Of course, at the same time, we need to have the weather cooperate. When things are this hot, a lot of plants don't do too well.
Well, it's about water, yes, and that's one of the reasons why now I'm advocating a covering over your garden, like a terrarium, a greenhouse, aquaculture. Somehow or another, you're filtering the air that has now been hijacked.
So I remember my first summer there in the Ozarks. It was hot, it was dry, and I was looking at trying to get a garden started, going through the seeds, and you get above a certain temperature, and whatever plant that was just goes to seed. You don't even, get what you were out after. And
well, that's a defense mechanism on the plant's part to try to protect itself in its continuance. That's why it'll go into a direct seed stage. And trees out here, we have what's called a fire cone that doesn't open except in deep forest fires. And so you have different kinds of cone on the tree as a natural defense against the weather. If it goes to seed, there's a reason why it's doing that, trying to survive.
That's also points out the need for why we need to have a supply of food on hand.
Food is your least of it at this point. Yes, that will be the one that starts the riots. Water will be your first concern. And right now, everything is going dry in California. They are already evacuating portions above San Diego because municipalities can't deliver water and FEMA won't. It's evacuation. You can't get water. What are you going to do? You have to relocate.
And I've just read where San Diego's getting ready to spend $1 billion for a desalination plant.
Well, we'll see how that all goes. Good luck. I hope it works. I do.
And I just wonder, how's that going to work with the radiation sitting out there too?
Well, there's all of that, isn't there? And filtering, maybe. Who knows how that's going to work? Electrolysis. You can separate some of that particulate, but right now, just flying has become a serious hazard, and especially into Asia. There are now other radiation belts up there that are low in the stratosphere that are requiring decontamination of the aircraft when it comes into LAX. And they no longer are doing it in public where they do where the public can see it because there is a hazard situation on the water coming off the aircraft, washing off the particulate. And being inside that aircraft is kind of like being inside a microwave oven for extended periods of time where you're allowed to simmer. It's not cool. It is to the verge of requiring dosimetry badges and radiation shields of kinds that we don't have yet.
And
all of this is going to lead us to a whole new way of hygiene and the way we do what we do, leaving our clothes at the front of the door.
And I don't know if you saw, we had a death of a worker at Fukushima.
There's a lot of things going on at Fukushima that are not being reported. That's the other major problem, is the information gag that China has imposed on the rest of the world as a breaking the law to report the truth. It is that bad.
This is John Regan with Dr. Richard Allen Miller. We'll be back after this break.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, two of our top priorities are providing quality food at a reasonable price and protecting your security. When you call 800-700-2184, we will never record your phone call and never ask for your personal information, like how much food you have stored or where you keep it. We'll also never store your credit card information and email address on a computer. Your email address will never be shared or sold. We'll never limit the number of boxes you can purchase. We'll never use outside packers or use relabeled food from another company. Our meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and everything is packed with oxygen absorbers and Mylar pouches under our direct supervision at our plant in Oregon. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from their producers in Oregon and then passing the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184 and purchase our 30-day 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit our website, 30dayfoodsupply.com, or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184.
The human body is more than 60% water. Your brain and muscles are 75% water. And your blood is 92% water. Water is vital to your body, and alkalizing your water is the key to keep it running at its best. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops keep your entire body healthy, boosts energy, promotes weight loss, and even fights cancer. Call 800-518-7615 or go to alkavision.com to find out more. That's ALKAvision.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
This is John Regan at the control today. Just want to remind you, there will be a meetup Monday as usual. Vincent is just absent from the radio to take care of needed repairs and preparation on the farm. Dr. Richard Eller Miller's with us today, and Rick, you were telling me you had some information about Jeff Rentz's accident.
I did. I was able to talk with Jeff off the record, and it was interesting. Basically, I saw a police report with 3 independent eyewitnesses the police interviewed that saw a gray pickup truck go up to his wreck immediately after the wreck and remove something, not touching him, removing something from the wreck before the police showed up. And Rentz said that it was a small box, probably the size of a cigarette case, that deploys an ELF spike weapon that caused him to shut off like a stroke. Now, when they took him to the hospital, Carol Rosen came over and talked to me about, she was there with him in the hospital when he came to, and basically it appeared that he had had a stroke, but they didn't find any stroke-like evidence on the CAT scans and MRI that they did. Then he went home, came back to the hospital, incoherent, with apparent type of meningitis where he had blood on the brain, and they were going to open him up. And he woke up saying, no, I do not authorize surgery. And then that cleared up. And so I don't know what to think, except that if you're driving at high speed, I do know they now have software hackers that can go in and take control of your vehicle. And if they did the spike weapon where you go unconscious when they take control of your vehicle from a remote location, and I posted how that all works on my Facebook, I have to tell you, this is a new world, and you don't know whom you're fighting. It could be anybody. It's not military. It's something else. And I don't know what it is. And I'm under some kind of electronic attack. I can feel it. I can literally identify it as not me, and yet it is affecting my behavior minorly. And when all of this is going on, all of a sudden there's this huge bunker going in next door to me. And I looked at the bunker, and the neighbor says, oh, yeah, that's an underground shooting and bow range. Now, what does that cost to put a bow range underground where just a shooting gallery is, it doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's about me, but I'm in the middle of something and I'm feeling like I'm being harassed electronically. And I have no clue what it is because what I'm experiencing is quite different than my original synthetic telepathy studies I did. I know exactly what that feels like. This is different. It's way more subtle, 45 years more subtle maybe. I don't know, but it is affecting people around me. Almost broke up my relationship with my girlfriend at one point because she, like me, did not sign up for this kind of abuse. And why they would be after someone like me doesn't make any sense because I'm nothing. I'm not in the know. I know I don't know. I can speculate, but why would they be so fearful of someone like me? I'm not doing anything. I realize there are people that like what I have to say, but guess what? That's one person in 1,000. Nobody else has ever even heard of me. I'm not a big deal. But I am going to tell you it is happening, and I have no idea what it is. And I don't have any idea why or who. And I probably will never know. Really.
So if you need an underground bunker for an archery range, I guess that means we have a aircraft carrier to be a mobile football field.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't make any sense. The explanation, like, what do they think? I'm stupid? Well, yeah, I am. I don't know.
And
I know there's no place to go with that. Jeff Rance is, I'm lucky, he's lucky. He's lucky to be alive. I saw his vehicle. He's lucky to be alive. And so I could understand them attacking someone like him or Carrie. Carrie was recently attacked. Showed me a picture of her face and what happened. It's crazy. And yet, most alternative news.
Serious investors and traders want to make an 81% return in 60 seconds. We can show you how using our free tool. Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars in profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple, my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Best part, it's 100% free. Go to richmoneyrich.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. richmoneyrich.com. That's richmoneyrich.com.
Healthy, organic, fresh fish, robust, mouth-watering vegetables, all from your home. It's called aquaponics. This brilliant, self-sustaining protein and veggie system is perfect for year-round growing. Know exactly where your food is coming from. Aquaponicssource.com is the one-stop shop for all your needs. Fish, fish food, plumbing, full systems, classes, and more. Learn to build your own system. Go to aquaponicssource.com for a free guide to aquaponics. That's aquaponicssource.com.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at GCNlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet or visit GCNlive.com for instant access and live streaming. GCNlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Everyone says or does something silly once in a while, but once that embarrassing thing is on the internet, it can spread like a terrible rash. Put it to rest. Get a free expert analysis today from Reputation.com. It only takes 30 seconds. 800-831-0771. We protect your online image by helping to make sure that when people search for you or your business, they find the most current, accurate information possible. Reputation.com, because word travels fast. Call for a free analysis today. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
Okay, honey, I have to ask, and be honest here. Have you been taking a little blue pill? Because things have been pretty good in the bedroom lately.
No, I swear.
You didn't pick anything up at the Pharmacia last month in Cancun?
No.
Well, something's different.
I have been taking that heart and body extract you bought me.
But that's for your heart and to control your cholesterol.
Well, I read HB extract also promotes healthy prostate function.
I never guessed it would work this well, but
you're glad it did.
Oh.
Today, have Dr. Richard Allen Miller, his website, richardallenmiller.com. That's ALAN. So, Rick, you were talking about threats to hosts when the break hit.
Yes, well, there's all kinds of things going on that are not being reported. Lorraine Murray has, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She's very famous, very classy lady, is now in direct contact with me and sending me things that she can't understand and wants me to try to vet, give my opinion on what I think's going on. And I'll tell you what I've seen. From her, there are military reports indicating that all the aircraft is starting to fatigue from Fukushima. The radiation belt that they're flying through is somehow causing rubber and gaskets and some of the metal to fatigue and wear out, and it's happening across the board where there have actually now been some deaths as a result of plane crashes that are not being reported in the media from the military. Now, just flying from Asia into LAX, they are now removing all the aircraft and cleaning them out of the public's way of eye and watching. And I'm going to guess that's DNR, not DNR, that would be the ones that are in charge of, hazmat and, cleanliness of where radiation is being washed into as a drain. And I can tell you when I was in Chicago, my aircraft was going to Denver, and as it was going down the runway, the engine caught on fire, and they had to evacuate the aircraft. And when I went to custom, I was glad not to be on that aircraft. I imagine what would have happened if it hadn't caught on fire until it was in the air. And so it happened. And I went to customer service. They rerouted me to San Francisco. That aircraft going from San Francisco to Medford was delayed. Same problems. And I asked customer service in Chicago. She became a fan when I was able to see a medical problem with her and fix it right then, right there. She became a fan. She told me that aircraft in Chicago now is increasing in failure in terms of the aircraft being delayed or canceled because of some mechanical problem that's going on. And the way Vincent and I talked about it last week, you can look on the roadway, see just the amount of rubber on the road to see how badly it's affecting our vehicles, just driving in normal things. And all of this, according to Laurent Murray, is because of Fukushima and the radiation causing metal now to fatigue.
Yeah, I saw a report out of Fukushima Diary that where they were reporting a report from TEPCO saying that there's nearly 1 million becquerels of cesium per hour being released by Fukushima.
Yeah, the oceans are seriously damaged and irreparable as they are. And I don't have an answer on that. And we're looking at pictures of what's going up in the Aleutians and the San Juan Islands, and it's creepy. And while some of that is related to red tide and the heating of the ocean, that's part of the whole situation. The temperatures are increasing in the ocean, and right now they have increased above what was required that started the Jurassic end. We're already beyond that.
And, yeah, I'm a bit concerned about what's going on in Tennessee, too. I don't know if you've seen where there's the Boone Dam is having seepage. And
Lake Mead, yeah, all of it. California's in a world of hurt. They said, well, draw from the Colorado River. The Colorado River's way down. You think Colorado and Arizona are now starting to feel the pinch. It's water. It's going to be about water. When the grid collapses, it's going to be seriously about water, and then it'll go down to the next level of food. If you want to see what's going on, check out what's going on in Venezuela today and yesterday. Their dollar crashed, and now the government's taking over the food management. And if you don't think that's not going to kill a bunch of people, what's happening in Venezuela today is a precursor image of how it's going to play in big cities here in America shortly. You bet watching that, what's happening in Venezuela today is a eye-opener. And I'm talking about, it's just unbelievable. Imagine what LA is going to be like when they start to feel the serious crunch and the dollar crashes.
And
time to wake up. It's time to become active. There's no longer complacency is allowed. If you want to survive and you want something for your children, you're going to have to go out and start that process today. That's it. That's the bottom line. And the children are watching you, and they have no concept of what to do because, of course, the school systems are not going to do that. You know, two extremely qualified teachers, Grace Thorne and Julie Sapoli, came from different states, high-end principals, teaching, and high education for small children, and their credentials are not valid in the state of Oregon. How does that work when we need more teachers? It's a fact. It is the gaming of politics and the way it's affecting everything, including our education and our water system. And the Dark Act is Exhibit A, and it's time you fire everybody in politics. Everything is wrong. The laws, I saw this thing yesterday where the bill, there's no way the guy could read it before he's required to vote on it. They have so encumbered our systems that even trying to do the right job is impossible. So here we are at the end of days, and it's time to take things into your own hands and micromanage your own life, because the government is no longer here to protect you. I just posted something on Facebook talking about your real rights and why elected officials are frightened of you, because they work for you. And what they're doing is creating a fear where you have to trust them to do the right thing, because who else is going to do it for you? And so there's this game going on. You have rights. It's time to exercise them. Kick them off your property. They can't be there without a search warrant. How can they? And they will try to intimidate you. Pull your rifle. See how that plays. It's not right. It's not right what's going on. And everybody knows it, and yet nobody is doing anything about it. How does that work? Of course they're going to take over. Why would they not if they could? And Hollywood, if she could, there it is.
And, you know, they tell us ignorance of the law is no excuse, except, of course, if you make the laws.
Well, you're the law, not them. They are hired by you. And Matt, when he was on Coast to Coast last Monday night, absolutely came out and said that the kids that are coming back from Iraq are jacked up on adrenaline. When they go into law enforcement, they start using steroids. And by the time they're pumped up and ready to go out into the field, with the fear of what's going on, you have the mass misbehavior of law enforcement on drugs, illegal steroids. And if I were a handler, all I'd have to do is the right one, hit them with some scopolamine, and the next thing you know, we still have our code of silence. And it's not right, and it's time that there's an accountability across the board, and the warm and fuzzy veteran shouldn't be deployed in Homeland Security as much as he should be deployed as a Smokey the Bear working with children to put gardens in. That work, that's how a veteran would be best used at home, serving and protecting. So, in World War II, when they left the Philippines, when I was a little boy, I remember seeing all the armor left in the jungles. They just left all the artillery and the old tanks and everything. They just walked away. They didn't do that with here. They gave it to the police departments, and most of these guys are pumping iron, using steroids, and they're skittish of fear of what the public might do. And they forgot it's the public that they're supposed to be protecting. And that's where National Guard, militia, and the Oath Keepers come in. And much of that is being mismanaged from the internal sides, making people like the Oath Keepers look foolish, when in fact they're a series of men trying to do the right thing. Women. It's terrible what's going on, and who knows what's the right thing, because of course the media isn't going to report it correctly. So I don't have an answer. What I do is I try to run my home from my own perspective and be mindful of others, my neighbors, and their needs. And some of them are criminals, and some of them are outlaws, and some of them are straight-laced. And I haven't got a clue. I just try to mind my own house. I don't have the answers.
And unfortunately, I think we're going to see way too many people aren't going to wake up until it's too late. And
well, that's the ignorance and ill-informed. Yeah, but as we do radio like we are, and people listen to what we're saying, sometimes a message is gotten. And what you do is start your own process towards something. It isn't like you do it. You'll never really quite get there. What you can do is start the process so that when it does hit the fan, you are at least walking in the right direction.
It's John Regan with Dr. Richard Allen Miller. We'll be back in a few minutes.
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state in back taxes, you know they'll never stop coming after you. With bank levies, wage garnishments, they'll even seize your home or business. The good news? A government program for tax debt forgiveness. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative.
I'm Paul Sibley with U.S. Tax Shield. We can help navigate the new laws, get you protected, and resolve your tax issues permanently.
Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield now for your free consultation and get a guaranteed quote to resolve your case. Call 800-436-6451. That's 800-436-6451.
All right, so suddenly Walmart, eBay, Amazon, everybody wants to ban the rebel flag. Well, the rebel flag is an important part of American history. The rebel flag is still a long-standing symbol of Southern pride and Southern heritage. So if the big retailers want to play into political correctness and try to deny the history of America, let them. Go to ourflags.com. That's R like rebel, R, the letter R, ourflags.com. Get your rebel flag before they actually do outlaw the things, huh? Ourflags.com. That's ourflags.com. Go now.
In the U.S. alone, a home invasion occurs every 13 seconds. On top of that, the average response time for 911 is over 15 minutes. That just won't cut it. Don't allow yourself or the important people in your life to be victims. When seconds matter, don't be caught stumbling for your firearm. Get the protection you deserve. Get yourself a hidden holster from hiddenholster.com. It's the original hidden holster. The hidden holster is quick, easy, and convenient. It's versatile enough for the home, workplace, or virtually anywhere else you might need it. Have peace of mind with your firearm close by at all times. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. If you own a firearm, you need a hidden holster. Your protection matters, and self-defense is the best defense. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. The original hidden holster.
It's so lonely here. I can barely stand it. I'm waiting for you to stroke your keys and unload over gcnlive.com/community. Oh, come on. I know you have things to share, and there's a whole place waiting for you to share them. Light some candles, pour yourself a drink, and get cozy. Log in at gcnlive.com/community. Lots of people are satisfied. Why not satisfy yourself at gcnlive.com/community? I'm waiting. Get out of the friend zone at delicious.com.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light System today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Affordable health insurance was the promise of Obamacare, but for many, the government mandate caused more problems than it solved. And I want to tell you about a truly affordable alternative, Liberty HealthShare. Liberty HealthShare bypasses doctor and hospital panels, giving you the freedom to choose. 100% coverage up to $1 million per year per occurrence, who includes dental, vision, pharmacy, and holistic care. Call 1-800-714-6993. 1-800-714-6993. 1-800-714-6993 today.
This is John Regan sitting in for Vincent. Dr. Richard Allen Mill. You know, Rick, I kind of miss the good old days when we could sit around and talk about fun things like Nancy bases in Antarctica and scalar technology and that type of stuff.
Yeah, or watching girls wash my car with flimsy T-shirts and wetness. The old days. Yeah, those are gone. Now I'm just grumpy and mean and hate children. Just like, I don't know, the old days. But I am now seeing a change in people. And people are getting what I'm saying, and they're getting it. Like, truly getting it. And so it warms my heart. It makes me feel that some of my efforts are with cause. I mean, they're like being effective. And the more I get feedback from you all, it helps me want to go on, because right now I didn't sign up for what I'm currently enjoying. I am struggling. I shouldn't be. I should be allowed as an old man to be able to write and do my joy, and I can't even do that. I have to worry about making my rent. My heat bill this last month, because of triple digits, was $251, and my normal heat bill, maximum with air and all the rest of it, has never been over $120 ever. And here I am, almost double that. And if that's how it's affecting me, and I'm running a light ship, what's it doing to America and the flow of money that is no longer flowing? It's going to go like Venezuela. You need to watch what's going on in some of the videos of today, yesterday. It is a true eye-opener of how it's going to play and how their government has tried to take over the food control, and watch what happens next to mass starvation. The whole thing's wrong.
Yeah, and throw a little bit of grease in there too, and you'll see what we're going to be facing in the not too distant future.
So I don't have answers. What I have now are, for myself, slowly trying to put a small group of people together, because I can't buy a water tank, but I could certainly, with 4 or 5 people, buy a small water tank where we have storage of water. In the event the municipality goes down, we've got a tank. An old, like a sump or a animal feed shelter, things you can use for water. Something that you have backup. You're going to need it. It's going to happen. Have a generator available so you can refill it should the grid be down. That's what Matt Shayne and I do. We'll be in Kansas City the first week of October for the RK Gun Show. And there'll be a bunch of people like Storm and Norman, the real Dalton of Roadhouse, others that are there that we're hanging out with now. It's interesting. Dalton, this Dalton guy, Storm and Norman, he uses a pendulum. He's a woo-woo. It's cool. He's, this big martial arts guy, and he uses a pendulum to find out what's wrong with your body. It's very cool to see that balance in people. I actually kind of like him. He picks my knee using his pendulum. So, you have to believe that there's goodness happening all around us, and it's in our allyship and working together. And when I tell you this, the law enforcement is not there to serve and protect anymore. It's something else going on. And that's what needs to be passed on to everybody, including them, so that we're all attempting to do the right thing.
And That hour went pretty quick.
That, huh, John? Sorry about that.
No problem. It's John Regan with Dr. Richard Allen Miller. We'll be back after the top of the hour news.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Mike Stenerson from Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
Healthy, organic, fresh fish, robust, mouth-watering vegetables, all from your home. It's called aquaponics. This brilliant, self-sustaining protein and veggie system is perfect for year-round growing. Know exactly where your food is coming from. Aquaponicssource.com is the one-stop shop for all your needs. Fish, fish food, plumbing, full systems, classes, and more. Learn to build your own system. Go to aquaponicssource.com for a free guide to aquaponics. That's aquaponicssource.com.
Serious investors and traders want to make an 81% return in 60 seconds. We can show you how using our free tool. Use the same secret algorithm professional hedge fund managers use to make billions of dollars in profits. Turn $250 into $4,903 in just 7 clicks of a mouse. Our tool is so simple, my 82-year-old grandmother can use it to make insane stock market profits. Best part, it's 100% free. Go to richmoneyrich.com. Watch the free video before the hedge funds make us take it down. richmoneyrich.com. That's richmoneyrich.com.
Welcome to hour number 2 of USA Prepares. This is John Regan sitting in for Vincent while he's working on his farm, getting it ready for the winter. Your instructors can be found on usaprepares.com, including my website, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, and Dr. Richard Allen Miller's website, Richard Allen Miller, that's ALAN.com. So, Rick, where do you want to go from here?
You mean, do I want to lose? Yeah. Let's go to Tahiti and do it right. I miss having fun. I miss not having to struggle for everything. I miss the simpler life of Beaver Cleaver. And I don't know, man. This is not the America I signed up to serve and protect anymore.
And, I was doing some genealogical research, and the rumor is that my Regan ancestor, who came over here before the Revolutionary War, basically won a free trip by hunting on the king's land on a Sabbath.
That's the way I remember it. Good old-fashioned serfdom. There's no different today. is we don't have the rights we used to have.
We don't have the rights.
Watch the encumbrance across the board in just food selection. You know, there's this awful movie called Samsara, and if you do a Google video on the chicken scene, I'm guessing 50% of the people that watch that will no longer eat chicken. That's how bad it is in terms of our food sources today. We used to get everything from local and regional, and now it's coming from countries that I can't even pronounce their names anymore. It's all going to change because of fuel costs, Teamsters, and the unions. But it's right now really, really nuts. And the more we can start doing things for ourselves, the way better our America is going to be in terms of strength. And that includes the right to bear arms. They're going to try to take my pistol away because I'm a senior citizen and may not have all my cylinders firing. And I like to quote Yoda, that my gun you may have, after I give you my bullets, I will. And I'll tell you what else I know. I have this little picture of Yoda that Shealy gave me, a little statue of Yoda. It's got a little hat like mine. And Grace Thorne gave me a water pistol with holy water. And so right from the church. And what I can do is go out and squirt vampires. Well, I mean, get a grip. When it all hits the fan, that will be the two things that they come for first. Your drugs and your weapons. And so, if you have an herbal pharmacy and they see a bunch of these weird flowers out there, they haven't got a clue it's opium. And if they have a little squirt bottle, not a water pistol even, just a little squirt bottle full of ammonia, that's how you get your gun back. Surprise, surprise, surprise. A little Gomer Pyle. At least you're getting the spirit of it.
It's just,
that's how you do it. That will be how you get your pistol back when they take it from you. You'll have a little curveball they hadn't expected. And let me tell you what a water cannon will do to a horde of people coming at you. You got a whole bunch of SWAT team coming, you let it loose with a gallon of ammonia in the air from a water cannon that you play on the river with, and that'll stop them all.
At least until they send in the drones.
Well, you shoot them down. Now they're making that illegal. And when the guy said he felt the drone was a hazard to his safety, and especially in areas like where we are here and forest fire, this place is a tinderbox, and the air quality is so bad that everybody's having to wear respirators here now. Not just the triple digits. We have forest fires, and it is going to be really bad this next month.
It's already really bad in California.
Yeah. Well, we're just north of them, just by an inch. And I'll tell you, it's all happening on the West Coast. We have been hijacked, our weather has been modified, and whether or not it's from global warming or geoengineering, what I do know is, who's paying for that? Who's paying for all that chemicals being dumped in the air? Who paid for that? My guess is it's some guy that is in the 0.1% that could give a dang about any of us. And it's all about money. Not about global warming and protecting us. It's killing us. I have a lot of people asking me what I do to bioremediate now, and I'm using methamphetamine, which is an extract from brown algae. And I use Norm Shealy's curcumin 95, which is turmeric, and methamphetamine from brown algae, laminarias, red algae, all your algae, seaweeds, bioremediate that crap out of your body. Good luck. You can notice how dehydrated you are more. It is micro-dehydrating everybody. You need more water to get to the same place. And your spit and saliva is white. And you're not probably sleeping right. I'm guessing all of that is heavy metal toxicity. You can see it in your saliva. What do you think it's doing to the plants? When I was in Chicago, half the trees are dead. Why? It rained. They got water. The problem is, what's in the water, in the atmosphere, is locking up the water so it's not accessible to the plant or your body. And so while you're drinking the water, you're not getting access to it. So I am trying to bioremediate and at least not lose my mind. Alzheimer's. That will be what happens next to the society. And cell phones, we've already talked about them. There's your Marlboro man texting his way in with a warning label on cell phones like they did cigarettes. They're toxic. Everybody knows they're toxic. And yet everybody continues to still use them like cigarettes. Why? Habits are die hard. And when you have promotion and everybody is smart and chic, you use texting and I'll text you. You know, I don't do it anymore. I just won't go there. Old-fashioned, turning into a grump.
I think we need to come up with a picture of you and Grumpy Cat together.
Hey, I know how to make the face. I'll tell you that. I've been practicing. And it's all fun, but not really. It's nice, by the way. Grace says hi. She's sitting next to me. She does not miss these shows and likes to just sit here and do them live. And tonight I'm going to do Carrie Cassidy, and wait till you see what I have to say there. I have no idea where Carrie's going to go with me. That's the exciting part of working with Carrie. I have no idea where she's going to go. And she will go. So I don't have the answers on any of this stuff, John. But it'll be nice if you can make Kansas City, like Joey and Vincent made Chicago. It would be wonderful to have, I don't know, a bunch of bad boys trying to take over a gun show. Yeah.
You know, one of the things I talked about Monday was an article from 2013 talking about once we start geohacking, we won't be able to stop. And the truth is they've already done the geohacking. And I'm just wondering if this article wasn't telegraphing that they've screwed up and they can't keep going and they can't stop. Because either way, we end up with a disaster.
Well, you already have a disaster. Look at what's happening to California right now and Vincent's property in Missouri. Your property in Austin. You're in Austin or Denver? Where are you?
Dallas. In Dallas.
Dallas, yeah. There it is, Dallas-Fort Worth, one of the larger bunkers in the world.
Well, yeah. It's definitely a challenge because in Springfield it was tough enough. It's a lot less population there, but you get in these large metroplexes. There's going to be almost no way to make it unless you got a way of getting out of Dodge.
My girlfriend just came in. I'm going over to say hi. Good morning. Anyway, here we are, the end of days, and I don't have answers, and I'm not quite sure where we can go from here. The empowerment part today for me is working with children, and that part I love. I love working with little kids because kids get it and actually want to pay it forward. They want to do the right thing in terms of food choices and taking care of adults. And there's nothing wrong with that. So the fact that my girlfriend from California and my friend from Missouri, from Oklahoma can't find jobs in Oregon that absolutely desperately need teachers because of political requirements makes me question why education is failing as badly as it is right now. And it is failing. So,
it's been part of the agenda for a long time.
Well, they've done it, and it's now working. So,
John Regan with Dr. Richard Allen Miller. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
By now you know that USAprepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAprepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAprepares.com. That's USAPREPARES.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAprepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically. And Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally and can help fight off bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off of your entire order. And give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
Are you excited about the World Wide Web? Do you want a place where you can share your ideas and express yourself? Well, dial up your modems and stream on down to the GCN Live Community Forum. Lots of radical features await you there.
Wow, Internet guys, I'm so glad I went to the GCN Live Community Forum.
You too can discover why the World Wide Web is awesome. Just go to gcnlive.com/forum. That's gcnlive.com/forum. I'll see you in cyberspace. Friend at GCN Live on Diaspora and Cross.tv.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
This is Sean Regan at the controls today. Dr. Richard Allen Miller is here. If you'd like to help publish his new book, you can go to gofundme.com/Richard Allen, A-L-A-N, Miller, and that'll take you to the GoFundMe page. You know, Rick, what kind of advice would you give to people just starting a garden now as to what plants to raise for food and for medicinal purposes?
I would begin with basics and your herbal pharmacy, if you are on a prescription of some kind, warfarin, blood thinners, whatever, you're going to need a source of a natural resource that you can grow at some point as backup in the event that pharmaceutical houses fail to deliver or they choose to raise the prices to such an extent only certain people can take them or afford them. And they come from natural sources mostly. And so I would start with your medicines. Once you've got your little garden of flowers going in, then you can move to foods that you eat a lot. What is the food that you eat a lot? Well, everybody grows tomatoes because they're simple. And so spaghetti sauce and learning how to can is another skill. What I did is I took 3 years getting my soil right, each year building soil amendments to the point where the crop actually grew correctly on it. Once you get a crop growing correctly, then you learn how to harvest it and actually put it up, and then another full year learning how to eat out of a cupboard of canned goods. It takes time to make changes in your behavior and the way you live, and you should not try to do it all at once, but in a series of reasonable steps moving closer toward your goal of independence. And so growing squashes are easy. There are potatoes and basics that you always eat. You should try to focus on your primary diet first. And what your primary foods are and vegetables and starches, that's a good place to start. Fruit, you should have a small section for fruit, and I would go for diversity in pears, apples, apricots, and the usual berries. And there are different kinds of berries, including growing out of control blackberries, which are wonderful places for resources. My animals that live in my property are all around the berry fields. It's a nice little scramble for, predators. They can hide out and hard to get at, and yet they have their food all around them. That's a good way to live.
Yeah, and talking about the monoculture there, President Reagan's family came to America after the Irish potato famine. And that was set off because everybody was growing the same type of potato. And once a disease gets in there, it goes through the whole country. And here we are in, 21st century America, and you look at the corn and the soybean and the wheat, which, some of that's not great for us anyway, and you add the chemicals on top of that. But you're dealing with these large monoculture type crops, and it doesn't take too much of a disease to creep in there, and we end up with big time problems real fast. Get those varieties of heirloom seeds.
There is a recent post on Before It's News saying state of emergency declared as worst locust storms in more than 30 years plague southern Russia. There is nothing left of the corn. The locusts ate it all, from the leaves to the cobs. And here we are in the end of times with monoculture and large fields of corn now being devastated by insects. And so the idea of diversity and polyculture, where you grow a number of different small fields of things, makes a lot of sense. One of the things we're doing here is hemp. I don't know how to spin it yet, but I have a loom so that once we've spun the fiber, we can actually make things with it. And that is where it's at. Cottage industry, where it isn't anymore about raw material and export of raw material, but it's the export of products where you value-added labor onto it as a cottage industry. Niche marketing, barter, that's where it's going to go. Like, in other words, instead of growing corn, you could be growing dandelion and chicory and making an Indian herbal coffee as a substitute when coffees are no longer coming in from Ethiopia.
We'll be right back.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free tactical scarf for a limited time with any body armor package. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
All right, so suddenly Walmart, eBay, Amazon, everybody wants to ban the rebel flag. Well, the rebel flag is an important part of American history. The rebel flag is still a long-standing symbol of Southern pride and Southern heritage. So if the big retailers want to play into political correctness and try to deny the history of America, let them. Go to ourflags.com. That's R like rebel, R, the letter R, ourflags.com. Get your rebel flag before they actually do outlaw the things, huh? ourflags.com. That's ourflags.com. Go now.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
We call it the crapper, water closet, outhouse, or bathroom. But where do you go when there's nowhere to go? The answer is the Biffy Bag. The Biffy Bag is a pocket-sized disposable toilet that fits in your glove box, tackle box, toolbox, backpack, or purse. The Biffy Bag has everything you need for a sanitary and comfortable relief experience. It's ready to use in just seconds, and just toss it in the trash when you're done. It's your Biffy in a jiffy. BiffyBag.com. BIFFYBAG.com.
Gold isn't for you? Ted Anderson, president of Midas Resources, one of the world's premier gold and precious metal investing firms. I get it. You wouldn't buy gold if you believed that the government is doing a great job, that the Fed will stop handing out trillions of dollars like bailout candy, that Social Security would be there for you. That's not what's happening. You might even pass on gold if the stimulus package wouldn't fuel inflation, or that the dollar wouldn't lose value, or that your retirement would be secure. If all looks rosy to you, then now is not the time to buy gold. For the realists, there have never been more sobering reasons to diversify with gold. Since 2001, the U.S. dollar index has tanked 30% while gold has risen 300%. Right now, savvy investors are adding gold to their portfolios. You should too. Find out what they know. Call us and I'll send you 10 reasons why gold will do very well, free. 800-686-2237. 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
This is John Regan at the controls with Dr. Richard Allen Miller. we've been talking about food, and there's a lot of problems going on in various parts of the world, and I find that disturbing just looking at it from a military point of view. Because when you get these countries that have the food insecurity and people go hungry, rather than having the people, riot against the government, they like to start wars to focus the attention outwards. And that's...
Same as our country. No different.
Yeah.
Here we are.
And it's not the little wars that people have become used to since World War II. We're talking large-scale war. And it won't be like World War II, because today, they've got, like I say, really nice toys. It'd be a cyber war, an electronic war, probably, EMP, and weapons that we don't even know exist yet.
I understand. They have a controlled fission bomb that they've been deploying in Yemen and Gaza. And it was a Mossad weapon that was given to the United States and has been deployed homeland. And the reason we need homeland security is now because of our government, not that the government's trying to provide it. It is what we need the defense against. And Texas has just released their National Guard on this Jade Elm nonsense, trying to, quote, protect their citizens. I don't know if anybody's been watching the recent videos just yesterday on the deployment of what's going on in Missouri and Texas, but that's creepy. And all of this equipment, where did it come from? It came from war that now is being used on us since it's no longer being used in another country. And how does that work when you have police force that is jacked up on illegal drugs? Most of the police forces now are weightlifting and buffing up with steroids. And where can that go? With just slight handling, the work I did in my lab working with scopolamine, I could take a cop, if he trusted me, and turn him into a lethal weapon. It's not cruel what's happening. And the police need to know what they're doing to themselves, because it's not as they would think it is. It's kind of dangerous and scary, and a new world where the rules are no longer the simple rules that we grew up with. So I posted some stuff. Everybody wants to see what I'm doing. Go to Facebook. It's reflected on my website, but I try to make Facebook every day some thought-provoking posts of things that I see every day as your lead scout in my concerns. And I try to balance it with some humor. I have one with Jung Young doing a little Pharrell Williams dance. I'm happy. Yeah, watch how that one plays. So here we are. At the end, I sent you a copy of that. I don't know if you've got Vincent's email, but there it is, John. Enjoy yourself if you can get in and see his email on that. I just sent it to him.
I don't have access to that, so.
Well, my webmaster is nuts. And he's having fun playing his little side bets. And, it's all good because it makes me laugh, which if I weren't laughing, I would be really sick now.
Yeah, in fact, I had a discussion with Dr. Shealy on that yesterday, because my last 2.5 years in the Air Force, I was in the basement of the Pentagon working on the nuclear planning system. And when you're dealing with nuclear weapons, day in and day out, it's not exactly a joyful thing. And, you have to have these coping mechanisms, which humor is part of it. And I described how one of our guys took the bottom out of a Coke can and filled it with M&Ms and would take a piece of cardboard and turn it over, sit it on the desk, slide the cardboard out, so that when somebody go to pick it up, the M&Ms would just go all over every place.
Entropy. There it is. That's how it works. Entropy.
And
this organization of the universe is it finds its stable balance.
Yeah, the gift store up there on the concourse of the Pentagon had these Post-it notes that read, "In case of nuclear war, disregard this message." And there was several of us that used that in the office.
Yeah. It's all in metaphor. I don't have an answer. It was a pleasure to be with you today, John. I'm sorry I'm so grumpy today. I wished I were in a better mood, with something positive. I think what's happening to aircraft and the fatiguing of the parts in an aircraft, the washers and so on, I think we need to start paying attention to the breakdown of our society in the mechanical parts of things because of Fukushima. It's happening right now. And aircraft are no longer the safe form of transportation they used to be.
Yeah, I don't know how many of these small plane crashes are just your normal, occurrence, and how many are due to a combination of radiation and heat.
Well, and just the heat alone is breaking down everything. It is the types of ionizing radiation that's in the atmosphere now from Fukushima that is fatiguing the metals and wearing out washers and breaking down rubber.
Yeah, we had a commercial jet here at DFW Airport a couple of days ago. One of its tires caught on fire.
It's all happening right now in front of us, and all we have to do is open our eyes and watch it and see it. And you can see it's happening in front of you on a personal level. There it
is. But I'm with you. It's tough, and there's so many things we wish were different. But I think the bottom line is the best we can do is the best we can do. And if you choose not to take action, then you've chosen to become a victim. And there's
no middle ground anymore, unfortunately.
And
you have to become an activist and start saying things to people around you so that everybody is getting it. Most people don't want to hear it. They don't want to know it because it would require them to do something they're not prepared to do or can afford to do. Here we are.
We just vote for the other party to solve our problems. Unfortunately, the other party's as bad as the other party. So
it's hard to talk with me, isn't it? Because I'm so negative. Sorry about that, John. I used to be a nice old man. What's happening to me?
You probably just need some more radiation and fluoride.
Yeah, that's right. There it goes. Make me glow better in the night so my girl can find me. Yeah.
But, I'm looking at, changing my thoughts a little bit because especially with Fukushima, I'm just wondering, how many years can, at my age, can I last before that breaks me down?
Well, it already has begun that process. Actually, if you look at yourselves and your quality of health today to where it used to be, it's changing.
So I'm looking at, if I can just store up some more food, I don't have to be quite as concerned about raising food.
Yeah, it's just what kind of food are you storing, and be careful because there's a whole group of people that are marking where it's being stashed or when it all goes down. Those are the places they go to first.
Of course, it's the same thing.
Spell of invisibility. It all is part of the big soup.
And that's why, another reason why you want to be into an intensive gardening method rather than having a big old-fashioned garden.
I think that if you're going to do any form of garden, a good portion of it is now going to need to be sealed off from the environment, like a greenhouse or something equivalent, where you are shielding what is falling from the air.
Unfortunately,
all the military are doing that now.
We don't really have a way of shielding our, chickens and cows.
No, you don't. Chickens and some of that is a bad situation. That is correct. And these temperatures the chickens do not manage well at high temperatures. It's impossible to keep them healthy.
They were saying on the weather, it's so hot that the chickens are laying fried eggs. And unfortunately, it's not too far from the truth. And, I was listening to interview with Dane Wigington, and he was talking about the aluminum that's used in the geoengineering, and he's measured that with what's fallen on California. And based on his measurements, he was saying that if you had cattle, that a cow over a year's time would ingest about a pound of aluminum. That's outrageous.
Unbelievable. And of course, that's now in the food chain.
And while aluminum is an abundant element, it hasn't been available in the free form until modern times. And as free form aluminum, that messes with how your body works, because your body is electric.
Well, that's why it's, a key vector to Alzheimer's and related mental illness.
This is John Regan, Dr. Richard Allen Miller. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Would you like to use your IRA funds to buy precious metals and hold them at home? Are you wary of the stock market, paper gold, or faraway depositories? With a checkbook IRA, you may legally take custody of IRA-owned gold and silver. Visit checkbookira.com and learn how IRA owners in all 50 states have already taken control. checkbookira.com. checkbookira.com.
Now, a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of ionic silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at GCNlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet or visit GCNlive.com for instant access and live streaming. GCNlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it led back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
In the U.S. alone, a home invasion occurs every 13 seconds. On top of that, the average response time for 911 is over 15 minutes. That just won't cut it. Don't allow yourself or the important people in your life to be victims. When seconds matter, don't be caught stumbling for your firearm. Get the protection you deserve. Get yourself a hidden holster from hiddenholster.com. It's the original hidden holster. The hidden holster is quick, easy, and convenient. It's versatile enough for the home, workplace, or virtually anywhere else you might need it. Have peace of mind with your firearm close by at all times. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. If you own a firearm, you need a hidden holster. Your protection matters, and self-defense is the best defense. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. The original hidden holster.
This is John Regan sitting in today with Dr. Richard Allen Miller. Richard,
I wanted to say something quick. Thank you, Ed Marvini, for all the service you've helped me do, and I just really appreciate. He just sent me an email, and I really appreciate his work with us. Thank you, Vincent, for the introduction.
And your website's richardallenmiller.com, Richard, A-L-A-N, Miller.com. One of the things that Dr. Shealy and I talked about yesterday was about how, plants are not alchemists. If you want to get minerals out of your plants, there has to be minerals in the soil. So I was wondering, as a gardener, what would you recommend doing to prepare the soil for the plants?
Well, you start with pH, so lime is always the first application. If you don't know what your soil is, putting lime on it cannot hurt it. It is always used to keep your pH right, because even if the minerals are there, if the balance in the alkalinity of the soil isn't right, it won't work. So you start with lime. And then, of course, the usual suspects. Cow manure is hotter than horse manure. Horse manure has lots of seed in it. Cow manure usually cooks everything down into dead. So I don't know. I use chickens, worm casings, and rabbit manure. Those three things, just chickens, rabbit, and worm casings, those three things in equal abundance give your soil all the inorganic salts necessary to do anything. Now, a lot of people do soil amendments with seaweed and, algae. And that's a good one. Algae are real good. They're the ones that will bioremediate crap out of your body, too. So, there it is. First layer. Start with lime.
Okay. And, I guess one of the things that us city folk have to get used to is composting.
Yeah, turning, dead soil, clay pan, into friable, living network of aggregates of all kinds of complexity. Mycorrhizae, mushrooms, mycelium are part of the hierarchy, just like your thrip and nematode that may or not be considered bad. They all function in the soil.
I was wondering, since you have experience with mushrooms, can you explain to me why mushrooms are getting so darn expensive in the stores?
Well, they shouldn't be. They're easy to grow. You could, as part of your garden in the shade areas, be doing, or up in your attic, growing psychedelic, pharmaceutical, or even gourmet mushrooms. No problemo.
As right now, just your ordinary, run-of-the-mill pieces and stems, a small can of store-brand mushrooms is $1.
Yeah, I know. It's, and they're easy enough to grow, and they are in all levels, from the gourmet, which have the ones that are psychedelic and the ones that are pharmaceutical for cancer. They all serve a function in our diet.
And have you written a book on growing mushrooms?
Not yet. I've got one ready for press, yeah. Pharmaceutical. I wrote one on psychedelic mushrooms years ago, Magical Mushroom Handbook. I do talk about mushrooms and how to grow them in my Non-Local Mind book and the Power Tools book, Chapter 1, Basic Physics, starting with the foundation, working with mushrooms as a way to bioremediate and manage cancer in your body.
Do you have anything in the bioremediation for radiation? And we're out of time.
Bioremediation for radiation is not as simple. I have written an article on fullerene waters where they give lethal doses of radiation to rats, and there's a 95% recovery from lethal doses just using fullerene waters with exclusion zone water in it, forming microtubules. We'll go in and isolate heavy metals and ionizing radiation out of the body before it starts to cascade into serious damage.
Thanks for being with us, and I'll see you next week.
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.